Hello and welcome back to another FPL video. Now in this video I'm going to be chatting about my transfer plans for game week 28. Now obviously game week 27 is still currently ongoing right now, as double game weekers don't play again until Wednesday, but with the deadline being Friday for game week 28, that's not really much time in between, so I figured at the start of the week we'll take a look now, as the first lot of fixtures have been done, on who we should look at bringing in and who we should look at taking out. Obviously, it is subject to change with people coming out, as you never know what could happen on Wednesday. There could be a suspension coming, or there could be an injury, something like that. But anyway, let's take a look at who I'm recommending for 28. So then, James Madison's the first player I've got on here. He's definitely somebody who I'm seriously considering about putting into my team for game week 28 and onwards. Now, obviously Leicester haven't been playing great recently. I think they've lost like 4 games in a row, but this could change soon. I mean, they're getting closer and closer now to that bottom 3, so they really need to react sooner rather than later. And maybe this is the time for them to react, because look at those fixtures they've got coming up right now. We've got Brentford away in 28, so they don't blank in 28, so that's already a positive. I know Brentford's not easy to go to right now, but Leicester don't really have to win. Madison just has to perform. All he has to do is get a goal and assist. They don't need to win. Game week 29, they've got a very nice double Leicester. You've got Crystal Palace away. Not the easiest place, really, but Crystal Palace aren't exactly great defensively. And then they've got Villa at home, and they've just smashed Villa for 4 goals at Villa Park recently. So again, that's another nice fixture for them. And then to top it off, game week 30, they've got Bournemouth at home. So yeah, he could cause some damage there too. So 4 very nice fixtures for Madison coming up, who is fit to play. He's only 5.8% owned, so he's pretty low owned right now. Usually he's around 15% owned when he's in his prompt. He's only 8.1 million, so obviously a lot of people now don't have Salah or De Bruyne, so we've all got probably a lot of money in the bank, so getting him shouldn't be that difficult. 9 goals and 5 this season, that's really good to be fair, because he's had a lot of injuries. He's averaging just over 5 points a game as well. He's absolutely been killing it this season when he's fit. He's a master at the free kicks along with Ward-Prowse. Obviously, Ward-Prowse is unbelievable as well. He's definitely Leicester's go-to guy, especially now Vardy's probably now past his prime. So the person who Leicester are looking to now to create or score goals is James Madison. So he is definitely somebody I'm definitely thinking about and recommending to bring into your team for game week 28 and onwards. Yes, next up on here is indeed Solanki. He is somebody I'm recommending putting into your team right now, which seems crazy. He is somebody I never really ever rate, and I still don't really rate him for being honest. But why am I thinking about putting into my team or recommending putting into your team? He is dirt cheap, but I don't think that's really relevant right now, if I'm being honest, because I'm sure a lot of us have like 3 to 5 million in our bank right now. We just want to spend it, but you don't have to spend it on expensive strikers, because that does not guarantee you're going to get points. Obviously, he's only scored 3 goals this season, which isn't exactly a lot, is it? But he's got 7 assists, which is quite important, really, if you think about it. That's a lot of assists for a striker. Most strikers have like 2, maybe 3. He's got 7. He's absolutely smashing it there. Now, when you look at the fixtures ahead for Bournemouth alone, they've just beaten Liverpool 1-0 at home, so they'll be a bit buzzing right now. So their game week 28 fixture, they've got Aston Villa away. Will they win that fixture? I don't think so. But there's a chance, because Aston Villa now, they're stuck right in the middle. They can't get Europa League. They can't get European football. Relegation looks like it's a bit far away from them. So they're a bit like, maybe they're in holiday mode. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they will win. Who knows? But either way, all Solanki has to do is really score. Game week 29, they've got a double game week, and it's a nice double game week. It's 2 home fixtures. Like I just said, they've just beaten Liverpool at home. Now they've got Fulham at home and Brighton at home. Fulham, they've just been battered 3-0 by Arsenal. Obviously, they're top of the league. How they go on with 28, we'll see, but who knows? Maybe they might be a bit calmer now. Maybe not going to be quite as good. Or defensively, they do concede chances, so there's always a chance of a goal. The Brighton game, I can see this being like a 2-2 draw. I can see Solanki getting even a goal in this game. Brighton, they're a really good team, but they do occasionally leak the odd goal in. And then Leicester in game week 30 away. Who knows what will happen with that game? Leicester, they could win 3-0. They could lose 3-0. It's one of those games, that one is. Leicester, you just don't know which team's going to turn up. So overall, their fixtures look really good, Brighton. I mean, Brighton's fixtures can't really get much better. I mean, obviously, if they played other teams that are even lower down around them, then yeah, but to have 2 home games in a row would be great for them. They've just beaten Liverpool, like I said, which should give some confidence. He's only 1.8% owned as well, so to get out of that template in FPL right now, he could be one of the guys, because let's face it, everyone's got probably 3 Brighton, 3 Brentford, 3 Arsenal, a Man City, a Man United, maybe 2 Chelsea. That's pretty much, oh, and maybe a couple of Newcastle players. That's pretty much what everybody's got right now. So hopefully, if you bring in Solanki, he'll do it. I do think he can get some returns in these 4 games, and that's what it's all about. Will he be able to score more than Kane? I don't know. Haaland? Probably not. Will he be able to score more than somebody like Tony? Maybe, because Tony's double fixture in game week 29 isn't really that easy compared to Bournemouth. So, who knows? So, he's somebody I'm definitely recommending. I'm not going to say he's going to smash it. He could flop for all I know, but those fixtures for Bournemouth alone look pretty decent. So then, Solly March is my other player I'm recommending you take out your team right now. And if I'm being honest, if it's Matoma or McAllister, I won't argue with that. Basically, if you have 3 midfielders, or no, if you have 3 Brighton players right now, take one of them out for game week 28. Because let's face it, you're going to have Erling Haaland in your team. Well, you might not. You might have taken him out. But you could have Haaland and you could have Rashford. That's 5 players straight away that will not be played in game week 28. So you need to get rid of a few. Solly March is somebody I'm recommending getting rid of. A bit harsher than I've gone for him because he didn't score in the last game, whereas Matema got an assist, McAllister got the goal. And March was really unlucky with that other goal. Was it his? Wasn't it? I don't know. I've not had a decent enough angle to actually clearly see. But he didn't get the goal. Now, obviously, he's done really well this season. He is the highest points performer for Brighton in midfield this season. It's close, but he is the highest. 5 goals this season, 6 assists. That's amazing actually for March, to be fair to him. Now, why would I say get rid of him? Well, I don't know if you know this, but he's never scored in March, which is coincidental. But game week 28, Brighton blank. So there's one problem. Game week 29, it's a hot and cold one. Brentford at home, that could be a 0-0 draw easily. Then Bournemouth away. Bournemouth have just beaten, like I said, Liverpool at home. So that could be a tough one as well. And then game week 30, they've got Spurs away. So if you take him out for 28, if you're thinking bringing him back in straight away, I'd probably hesitate if I was you. So if you take March out now for 28 and you bring in, let's say, Madison, who I've recommended already, he's got a nice fixture. I mean, Brentford, again, not exactly easy, but he's got a fixture in 28 nevertheless. But then the double game week comparison is so much easier for Leicester, I believe, than it is for Brighton. Yes, Brighton are a better team and they probably could do better. But I'm just saying, I feel like Leicester's fixtures are better. And obviously game week 30, Leicester have got Bournemouth at home, whereas Brighton have Spurs away, which isn't easy. So that's probably why I think you should get rid of at least your 3rd Brighton player. It doesn't have to be Marsh. It could be McAllister. It could be Matoma. Or it could be a defender. Obviously, if you've got the goalkeeping problem, that's another story for another day. But yeah, March is the person I'm recommending you get rid of. Yes, that is Marcus Rashford on there. He is somebody I'm recommending that you might want to take a look at. The possibility of maybe taking him out your team. I mean, the guy's playing the best season he's ever played for Man United. He's got 14 goals, 4 assists, averaging 6 points a game, which is decent. That's really good, to be fair. So why would you take him out? I mean, game week 28, Man United don't have a fixture, so Marcus Rashford's giving you nothing that week. So there's one reason. Now, game week 29, United do have a double, and I've seen people go on about bringing Fernandes and Shaw back for the double. I can't see any reason why you want to do that. I'm looking at getting rid of Rashford ahead of that. Why? Newcastle away. It's at St James's Park, man. Newcastle have been brilliant at home this season. Yeah, I know United won in the final against them 2-0 and were quite comfortable, but for starters, United haven't got Casemiro in that midfield, so they're already a lot weaker from that team in the final. and Newcastle will be looking for revenge in that game as well. So that's going to be a really tough fixture for United. Then they've got Brentford at home in their second game in the double game week. Brentford absolutely annihilated them at the start of the season. Will Man United get revenge on them? We'll have to wait and see on that because they will be at home this time. But Brentford, they're on an unbeaten run at the minute. Will that continue by that point? We're yet to see. But that's not an easy fixture either. Obviously, game week 30 is Everton at home, which you could argue is an easier fixture. But that's not until game week 30. We're looking at 28, 29. There's 3 fixtures in that time because most teams in 29 are going to double. So is it worth having Rashford for that time? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But for 7.4 million, sitting on your bench or putting your team, maybe just getting 2 points, that's 4 points. Maybe you do alright against Everton, but there might be other players out there who you could just bring in for a few weeks, maybe bring him back. But yeah, I don't see, particularly in 28-29, Marcus Rashford performing, if I'm being honest. So that's why I'm recommending you might look at bringing him out your team, especially if you get him out your team early and he's just blanking these games. You'll be able to sell him at the highest price because he's just going to drop down in price. Because at the minute, at 53%, 53.9, so basically 54% owned right now, that could easily drop if he doesn't perform in the next couple of weeks. And there we go. So those are the players who I'm recommending you look at bringing in, taking out your teams ahead of game week 28 and onwards. I do hope you like this video, so please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.